Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to cut and sew this gathered dress. As you can see, it looks very beautiful and it is a two-step gathered dress. So I'm going to be showing you how to do it yourself and with your fabric. So we are going to be cutting and sewing together. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and do well to always give it a thumbs up and share my video and always comment. I really appreciate. Thank you so much. So let's get to work. So to make something like this, you need a 3 yard of fabric. Yes, this is 3 yard of Ankara. I'm using. I'll be using 3 yard of Ankara for this sewing. So the first thing you need is to fold your fabric into two, just as we normally do when we want to cut our dress. So you go ahead and draw a straight line. That's going to serve as a starting point. Then you go ahead and mark your shoulder measurement divided by 2, and then after that you go ahead and take your neck width. For mine, I'll be taking 3 inch. For my neck width, for my neck depth, I'll be taking 3.5 inch. And then after that, you go ahead and mark your neck depth for your back. For mine, I'm taking 2 inch. So you go ahead and connect your shoulder slope just as you see me do. So after that, the next measurement we're going to be taking now is going to be from our shoulder to our bust point. You know, this dress, the first step started from the bust point. So this is what I'm going to take it. So from my shoulder to my bust point is 9.5 inches, but then I am going to be adding 1.5 because of my sewing allowance. So I'm going to be taking 11.5. So after that, I will go up by 2 inch to get my chest line. So after that, I will go ahead and place my tape up, and then to get the midpoint, then I will divide it into 2. Whatever I have there, I will mark it to get the midpoint, so that I will now use it to connect my armhole depth. So after that, I'll go ahead and measure the same shoulder measurement at my chest line to make sure that everything align. So, and then I will now come to the midpoint and mark 1/2 inch. So after that, I will go ahead and take my bust measurement divided by 2 on that my chest line, and then after taking my bust measurement divided by 2, I will go ahead and connect my armhole slope just as you see me do. Then after that, I will add 2 inch sewing allowance to it. Then I will connect it and join it together. So this is how our top part of the dress look like. Then I'll cut it out. Then after cutting it out, then I'll go ahead and cut the back of our dress. For this dress, we are not going to put zip, so we are going to be having we are going to be having a kind of a v-neck line on the front. So we are not going to put zip. So the back and the front are just going to be the same thing. It's just that we are going to have a v-neck line on the front. So I'll go ahead and cut out my v-like neckline just as you see me do, and this is what it looks like. So now we are going to cut a bias, like what we are going to use to turn the v-like neckline. So I've gone ahead to cut out a little pieces. So I will just go ahead and reshape it again. Then I will place it together like this, just as you see me do, to form that v-like neckline. So I will take it to my sewing machine to sew it. So guys, after sewing it, this is what it looks like. As you can see, it is very, very neat and beautiful. So I have gone ahead to sew it and also iron it. So the next thing we are going to do now is to go ahead and sew our shoulder to shoulder. We are going to join it together like this, just as you see me do. And after joining it, this is what it looks like. So the next thing I'm going to do is to bias my neckline. So you can go ahead and use your bias and do it. So this is what it looks like after turning the neckline. As you can see, always make sure that you're sewing, everything you're doing is neat. As you're sewing, make sure you iron it. So now the next thing we're going to do is to go ahead and start cutting our gathered part. You know that I told you at the beginning of the video that we are going to be having two-step gathered. So now I'm going to be cutting. I will take a measurement like this. Whatever I have here, I'm going to add the same thing. So what I have here is 22. So I'm going to add extra 22 inches to give me that gathered look. So I'll go ahead and fold my fabric like this and cut it out. So the first layer, I'm going to be using 22 inches. Then the last layer, I'm going to be using 10 inches. And this is what it looks like. I've already gone ahead to cut them out. So what I'm just going to do now is to go take them to my sewing machine, and then I will sew a loose thread. I will just sew a loose sewing on top of it by half an inch. Then I will go ahead and drag my gather. So this is what it looks like after sewing. So this is exactly what it looks like. So what I'm just going to do now is to go ahead and start sewing my dress. And you guys, I am done sewing it. This is what it looks like. As you can see, our dress is already forming. It's really looking very beautiful. So the next thing I am going to do now is to go ahead and cut my sleeve. So for the depth, I'm taking 9 inch. Then for the gathered hand, so now I'm going to be taking the depth is 6 inch. So you can use more, you can use more than this. So what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and sew it and gather it. Then after that, I will now join the sleeve together. Then after joining the sleeve together, what I'm going to do next is to sew everything, and then after sewing I'll bring it back. So you guys, I am done sewing the dress, and this is what it looks like. You can see it is very easy and simple to do, and this is what it looks like. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have watched this video to this extent, please do well to like it, comment and share it with your family. Thank you so much. Bye. See you in my next video.